Hi everybody, this is Scott Sharp with Fretboard Toolbox, and today we're going to look at mastering keys in the key. We'll start with the key of C major, and mastering keys is going to involve three big ideas, and I'll show you what those are here. The number one big idea is going to be, let me scroll down here. So the first big idea is going to be what chords sound good together. And today we're looking at an essential baritone uke. I'll also show you the complete edition. So let me show you. We'll get to the essential book has the keys of G, A, C, D, E. So here's the chords that sound good together. So it's the 1 through 6 chords are your 6 main chords. So C major's 1, D minor's 2, E minor's 3, and it's the same thing here. And then this checklist is for you to see how well you can play these different chords and to kind of rate yourself and see if you can scoot over to the yepper column, which just means that you can do them easy. So we'll look at the chords first, and then we'll look at chord progressions, and then we'll look at scales to use with those chords. So let's first start with the chords here, and each key has 3 main major chords, the 1, 4, and 5. And then these circles will show you the notes that make up the chords. So C majors are always made of the note C, E, G, and I'm just going to show you one way to play each chord today. So the C major chord you can play like this. So that's E, G, C, E. That's your 1 chord. And I want you to learn those Roman numerals because that makes a huge difference later. And then your 4 chord, which is your second big major chord, is an F major. That can look like this. F, A, C, F. And if that one's hard, you can also try this. I've got a little girl I give lessons to in Georgia who, this is what works for her because it's hard for her to mash that finger down. But that's your F major. You could also play it like this as a bar chord. There's your 4 chord. And then your 5 chord is going to be G major. G, B, and D notes, so I can leave these 3 open and just hit this guy. And there's ways to play them all up the neck, and if you want me to show those in a later video, let me know. So that's the 1, 4, 5, and then your 2, 3, 6 chords is D minor, E minor, and A minor. So D minor's made of D, F, A. Like, you can play it like this. That's D, A, D, F. So D, A, D, F. Your 2 chord. Your 3 chord is E minor, nice and easy on a baritone uke. I can just play E, G, B, E. It's made of E, G, and B notes. And learning the notes that make up the chords is huge. I can't stress that enough. And then A minor is A, C, and E notes, so I can play A minor like this. So that's your 6 main chords, and those things are found in thousands and thousands of songs. So once you know what the chords are, then you want to know some ways that you can arrange those chords. So in the books you can see, here's some C major chord progressions, and the chord progressions in this box are just the same as the chord progressions here. So if I say, let's play a 1, 5, 1, that's G, or C, G, C. So C, G, C. Or if I say, let's play a 1, 4, 5, C, F, G, C. A 1, 5, 4, C, G, F. And so all these chord progressions are huge to learn because they'll help you figure out songs on the fly really easy. And if you go to the Fretboard Toolbox website, and you click on Tracks and Tab and go to 200 free jam tracks, I've got chord progressions in the keys of G and E minor and G blues and A and C and D and E and F, and it tells you what pages to use to see those. So you can click on that, and then it's me playing through all these progressions. So if you want to practice playing a 1, 5, 1, you can just turn this on, and then you can work on. And we're also also going to use these jam tracks for the soloing scales. So I want you to really focus on getting these chord progressions down and learning the Roman numerals, because knowing like 1, 4, 5, fives make you want to go back to 1 often. Okay, so those are huge, and then learning the minor chords that go with them, and common progressions. So then for soloing, you can see in the essential book all of the white boxes are the C major scale, but it's a little easier sometimes to see with the complete edition, but you can see them with both. So I'm going to show you the complete here. So it's all the same thing without the colored circles. Same chord progressions, and we're just going to look at this one because it's a little cleaner without the green circles. So then for the soloing scales, I want to know the C major scale and the C major pentatonic. And so the C major scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then back to C. So if I want to play a C major scale starting right here, I can play C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And then if I'm up here on this C and I want to get down to this C, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C. And that was da 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 dum. And so seeing those major scale notes is huge, and I'll show you why when we start. I'll show you real quick playing along with some jam tracks with them. And then if you've heard of a pentatonic scale, it's just like the major scale, except it takes out the 4th note and the 7th note. So it's just C, D, E, G, A, and those ones are all underlined in my books. So here's C, D, E, G, A, C. That was C, D, E, G, A, C, and go to C major pentatonic. And so pentatonic is just a little friendlier scale because there's a couple, like the B note and the F note sometimes clash with stuff, but learning them both is huge, and learning the difference is just 2 different notes, which is also really helpful. So I'm going to put on a jam track here. Let's play a 1, 4, 5. We'll play it nice and slow, and then I'll show you these soloing scale notes. Then you can mess around with the order. So I'm just messing around all up in here. But you can also just try it with only letting yourself play 3 notes, like the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd note. So just C, D, E. Okay, now if I want to play with the pentatonic, remember it's the underlined note. So it's really fun to be able to just mess around with those jam tracks, and that same scale works with all sorts of chord progressions. Like here's a 1, 6, 2, 5, and I'm going to play that one a little faster, but just watch those same notes. Oops. So what I recommend and what helped me a ton is going through all these jam tracks and playing the chords, the paying attention to the Roman numerals, the soloing scales, major or major pentatonic, and just getting those really under your fingers where you can just move around with them, and figuring out the keys like that is so helpful, because you'll be able to figure out so many songs on your own. And then if a song's in the key of C major and there's any chords that don't fit into these six, it's breaking a rule unless it's a seventh diminished chord, which is not very common. So these six are going to be a big foundation. And then anytime you see, like, if there's a song that has D major, it's like, oh, okay, let's break in a rule. It's making the 2 chord a major chord. And that happens a lot, but you'll be able to hear, like, oh, that doesn't fit with all these chords and notes that all sound good together, called the diatonic chords and notes. So again, big ideas. Learn the chords, the Roman numerals. I think learning the notes that make up the chords, and if you're just getting started with that, I think the Essential Edition with the color is a little easier. And then figuring out chord progressions and that are common, and anything you see in my books that's in italics is breaking a rule. Like this one has a flat 7 chord, or this one has the major 2 chord, so it's in italics. This one has a major 3. So you can break lots of rules, but when you know the rules, you know what sounds good, then you know what you're breaking. So this mastering keys thing includes, this one is free over here, and it includes the keys of C, G, D, A, and E major, and then the relative minor keys A and E minor. And I'll be putting out videos for all those different keys, so you can see those 3 big ideas for all those keys, and start having a lot of fun with it. So if you want to take a look at a Fretboard toolbox, go to the Fretboard toolbox website, and then go to the tab that says Pick Your Instrument. And I've got books that are set up exactly the same for all these different instruments. So today we're using the Baritone uke. If you want to read about the differences between essential and complete books, that's a really important link. If you want to read about my print and ebook options. If you want to download a third of the book for free with the keys of E major, or G major, excuse me, click Look Inside and you can download the stuff for free, and try out both of them and see if you find anything useful in there. And just explore a little bit on the site, because I've got a ton of free tools and ways to record practice time and strumming patterns and all sorts of fun stuff. So hope you find some good useful things here, and I'll be back with more videos on more instruments on more Fretboard Fridays. Thanks for taking a look.